welcome to the Ace Space.
Oh, thanks.
I'm Naina, and I'm the host of the Ace Space. Do you two want to? I forgot the name. Introduce yourselves.
Yeah, you can go first, Julia.
Yeah, I'm Julia. My channel is Shakespeare and Such.
You can go first, Julia.
What do you want us to say? Just our names?
Just whatever you want to say.
And I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
I'm Kasey from Kasey Can Read, and I too am excited to be here.
Okay. What are you two reading?
I'm reading. Well, I'm going to be starting "If I Disappear" by Eliza Jane Brazier. So,
Ooh, I like the cover.
I know it's pretty.
Every time I do reading sprints, I brought options because I'm indecisive. So I put a poll on Twitter, and people said I should try to finish something that I'm reading. So I might start with this Cruel Crown, which is like short stories from the Red Queen series. Because I only have one
Do
of
you
the
like Red Queen?
Yes.
I found my soulmate.
Oh my God, no one appreciates Red Queen. I'm so happy right now.
I don't think I could reread it in this year, but like when I read it when I was 16, I devoured it.
It got me out of a reading slump when I was in college. So the series
Yeah.
means a lot to me. So
Yeah.
I am rereading it, but I'm buddy reading it with a friend right now because we never read like Broken Throne. And then we're going to read her new series after. But so I'm going to start with that.
Cute. Love it.
It's fun. I brought Ace to be on brand, and this is way overdue from my library, so I should really read it.
Oh,
sorry.
Option, Joan of Arc.
I was just making the thumbnail for our Ace discussion on the nonfiction baddies, so love that.
Yeah, that's why I got it from the library, was for nonfiction baddies. And then I was like, oh, well, this will work for the Ace Readathon because I didn't get to it. But I owe the library so much money now.
Who's the fifth person that's going to co-host, Kasey?
My friend Darian.
Okay, I don't know them, I think.
Yeah, she is also loud and proud and Ace, so I was like, of course, like be here.
That's nice. I hope I won't fail as a co-host because I've only ever read 2 other nonfictions, and I don't know how a discussion of that will be. Because it's like big brain energy, you know, and you have to
yeah. But like, if it's a good book, which I've heard like nothing but good things about it, then I feel like there's a lot to talk about. There can be a lot. And I think it's also going to be like really affirming to like, I don't know, see it from like a scholar's point of view, like, hey, like this is a real thing. You're valid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also I flipped through it a bit, and I saw that it was like intersectional, that it discusses transness and I think disability as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I'm excited to read about the diversity of asexuality.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, can I just say, because the only thing I've read so far is the author's note, but I loved how I believe the author goes by she, her pronouns, as she said, it is deliberately limited to the people that psychologists call weird, Western, educated, industrialized, rich, or at least middle class, and democratic. And so how she tried to kind of like limit the use of like those kind of people and like talk about other identities. And I was like, oh, I've never heard that, but that's kind of like a fun way of putting it.
Yeah. I like that acronym.
Yeah.
I will be reading Paper Heart Society Read with Pride, which is the second. Yeah, Julia, I know of this book series because of Julia, because the third book has an autistic main character, and Julia was like, have you seen this? I was like, no. I started this yesterday for sprints, and I'm 40 pages in, and I think in the first 20 pages, Harry Potter was mentioned twice, and And the main character is Filipino, even though the author is white, which I personally didn't appreciate. But I'm gonna see if there are some own voices, reviews by Filipino people to see what they think about it, before I rate this, obviously. And I might be switching to, or I also have options. I might be switching to Frost Heart 2 because I need to finish this. Yes. This was I wanted to finish this last month, but I haven't yet. I only have like, I don't know, 90 pages left.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's one of your favorites, so you got this.
Yes, I know. It's a reread. So it's like a reread is really easy to read because you already I can just zone out at times and I won't have to reread the page because I already know what's happening. So it's like a reread is really easy to read because you already I can just zone out at times and I won't have to reread the page because I already know what's happening. Does anybody hear my own voice?
Yeah, that was my fault because I went to go say hi in the chat and then the YouTube tab like unmuted itself and I was like, no, it's not what I wanted. So
Okay,
sorry.
good. Hi, Char Char Char. They say I haven't started my Ace Race reads yet, but looking forward to it. I don't remember what you want to read. I don't know if I've seen your TBR. But I'm curious once you decide to read something, what it is. So please share once you do. Yes. So I don't remember how to share the timer last time because in January I quit the live show when trying to share it.
What?
So hopefully that won't be happening.
Well, something that I and my friends usually do when we have sprints that I like is like, you know how you can create a banner and you can say like read until,
Yeah.
or you can type. We can just like pick a time and just say like read until, right? It just like it's so much more stressless.
Yes. True. I already made one. Oh, I wanted to edit. So for how long do you want to read? Maybe 15 minutes at first?
I like it.
Sounds like a good warm up.
Yeah.
I can count 8 plus 15 is 30. No, wait. Is it 23? Yes.
Yeah.
You can have it scroll across the bottom.
Ooh.
Is that annoying?
I like it.
I'm gonna wait. This is a mess. I apologize. So I like this one better, I think.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't have a timer, so
We'll figure it out.
yes, hopefully. So let's start reading, I guess.
Cute.
I think it is time.
How was everyone's reading?
I think I got. Well, I didn't count the pages, but and some of them are drawn, but I think I did well. I'm reading Frostheart, by the way. I chose to finish it. By the way, I forgot to tell before, but I got this book from Julia. I got your little message in the book with "You are the annoying egg."
Oh my gosh. We'll never let it go. It was too good.
No.
What is this?
Last year, Julia hosted a readathon called Mamma Mia-thon, and she did the what's called Mad Libs challenge of Dancing Queen, and it was like, "You are the annoying egg, only 7," or something. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And then I won this book.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what? I think it was you and like someone else kind of said it at the same time. So I like messaged both of you and I was like, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then they like never told me like what they wanted. So I was like, okay, I can't send you anything because I don't know what book you want.
I think I wanted to, because I already had the Mamma Mia DVD and I thought that was the gift.
Oh
So
yeah,
I wanted to type "gimme gimme," which was the answer, as like a joke, and then it was the answer. I was like, "Oh, gimme gimme!" Because
that's even better.
How did you do, Kasey?
Well, so I started this book, and it's about this girl whose favorite podcaster, who like only does true crime, goes missing. So the girl is like, I have to find her. And now she's like in this, it really kind of just threw you into it. And now she's like on this search looking for this girl in this like creepy town. And it's kind of like I'm trying to find my bearings as a reader. So I don't know. It's a library book. And with library books, I'm like really quick to DNF because like, what's the harm? But this is less than 300 pages. So, like, also, what's the harm in just reading it? So, I don't know. A lot's going on in my brain.
I like
This is
the
it.
premise.
Sorry?
I like the premise of the book.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's really going to talk a lot about, like, true crime and how, like, you listen to one, or, like, even, this could go for, like, Grey's Anatomy. Like, you listen to one episode or a podcast episode, and you think, like, you're a specialized, like, a detective or surgeon or something. You're like, I can handle this. So
yeah, some people think that when they watch detective shows or Grey's Anatomy that they're like experts.
Like the two dualities of man. Like you either watch true crime or Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
You're one or the other.
Yeah.
I haven't watched all the episodes, so if you watch this, please no spoilers. But are you watching Only Murders in the Building?
Oh no, what is that?
That is a show with Selena Gomez, Martin Short, and Steve Martin, who all live in the same building, and then a neighbor gets murdered, and they all listen to a true crime podcast. So they think, oh, there's a murder in the building. We're going to do our own podcast and figure out who is going to get killed. And it's so amazing that the acting is good, the directing, the writing, the jokes. It's really, really good. It's one of my favorite shows, although I have not seen the last few episodes.
That sounds interesting, actually.
I haven't started it, but I want to watch it.
It sounds like the directors are very self-aware of like there's going to be humor, how like there's just average people who think that they have the skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one Steve Martin plays an actor who played a detective. So that's really funny. And he's like, I know how to do this. I played a detective for 9 years.
That's so good.
I don't know if anyone watches Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
But there was like one episode where Jake and Rosa like go to a set where there was like a stealing, and it's a cop show. And like one of the guys, like he never goes out of character, so he's like, "Hey guys, like I'm a cop. Like, what's like the 411? What do you think happened here?" And they're like, "Okay."
This season or last season? Because I do not remember it, even though I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine like 6 times.
It was definitely, yeah, I've watched it a lot too. It was like, it definitely wasn't this last season. I think it was probably season like 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
I can look it up.
Well, oh my God, I don't remember that. I'm a fake fan. I do have a premise for writing a book, although it's going to be difficult to write it. There's one. I go through phases when I write, and then I don't write, and then it's just what was happening. But I do have a premise about a murder mystery that has the main character has a true crime podcast, and then where she goes to college, somebody gets killed, and it's about like the kind of glamorization of murder that happens in true crime. Do you know those YouTubers that just put on makeup and then they talk about people being kidnapped? I personally find that so disrespectful, just to put that like it's entertainment and not real life. So yeah, it's just like that conversation I want to write about, but maybe one day.
Yeah,
really interesting.
and I think it's also happening on TikTok too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I'm still trying to find this episode. Just I'm like
Really?
tiring.
I believe in you. You can find it.
Brooklyn. Okay. I found one of the actors who. Oh, Serve and Protect. Oh, what episode is this? I'm on it. Hold on. I think it might have been season 6.
Yeah, one of the later ones.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have remembered it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Brooklyn, Serve and Protect. Oh, episode 4. Yeah, it's season 4, episode 4. Rest assured, everyone.
Now we know. Now we can go to sleep tonight in peace, knowing which episode.
Actually, it's season 4, episode 14. I don't know if anyone's like following this.
For episode 14?
Yes.
Oh, with Nate. With Nate. Yes. The actor. No, wait. No, that's a different one. Ugh. Well, I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, no, I remember this. The actor plays Castle.
Oh.
Do you know the show Castle? That's like he plays a writer who works with cops on cases. I love that show. It's really misogynistic, but
and that's why we love it. No, I'm kidding.
I love that show. It's really misogynistic.
A show from 2009, and most cop shows are misogynistic, especially the comedy ones. Like if you watch Psych, gross. He's so gross. Ugh.
Yeah.
And also they pick like the most mediocre white man to play the main characters, and every episode they get a girl and they're so rude to them, like women don't like this.
Yeah.
But no, it's so unrealistic. But I love murder mystery shows, because not because of the cops, but because of trying to figure out. Yeah. Sometimes you know which the killer is because actors are typecast in murder shows. So it's like, oh, he's been the killer 3 times before. He's the killer now.
Well, then I have an important question. Have you watched Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries?
No.
Change that immediately. The only detective show with rights. She's amazing. It's like in 1920s Australia.
Oh.
And she's an amateur detective who's like super fashionable. It's great. She's amazing.
In
Bryony
1920?
Fisher. Yeah.
That's amazing.
She's so cool. Like I think it's like the very first episode. There's like a part where she's like going out after someone sketchy, and her like aunt or whoever is like, "What makes you think you can do this?" And she turns around and she's just like, "Because I've got this," with her gun, and then like leaves. And it's like, "Oh, okay, go girl." It's amazing.
Yeah, I need
it's
to
actually
watch
based on a
that.
book series, but you know what though? I might take back my recommendation immediately because I'm remembering, and I'm remembering a villainized character, but I can't remember if she was sapphic or asexual or something, and it left a very bad taste in my mouth.
No.
But in general, Phryne is amazing, the main character.
Okay.
But maybe a few tropes that not good.
Okay. That's good to be warned of. Char says, Shades of A. Come on, you have to come in case all the scary deviant people are mean to me. I can just imagine the playful whine in his voice, and I'm cracking up. Just a few pages. I've never heard of Shades of A, or maybe I have. I'm gonna see what the cover is.
Yeah, we all look it up now.
Oh, that's I think that's an erotic book. So that's not on my radar. Sorry. Black Veins.
That's on my radar.
Yeah, mine too. It's I just won it in a giveaway. So I'm very excited.
So are we buddy reading? Because
Maybe. By the way, have you read Dead Voices by Catherine someone?
Yes, Catherine. Well, no, I've read Small Spaces. That's the first one.
So the second one,
Dead Voices.
I haven't read the second one, but I have read the first one. So maybe we can also buddy read that one.
Yes. Everybody read. I'm writing these down because I always say this in passing to people. I'm like, oh, we both own that book. We should buddy read it. And then we both forget. So I'm going to write it down.
I do not forget, Julia.
We can do it. We can do it next year, though, because we have a lot coming up.
We've been planning our buddy read for Guinevere Deception for a year and a half. I do not forget.
Well, I won't let you forget that one. That
no,
one is important.
Ross says 30 pages of Before I Let Go by Marieke Nijkamp. In 50 minutes, that's fast. I read this last year for the ACE race. I hope you enjoy it.
30 pages, that's impressive.
I don't know if it has been answered already, but Char asks, what book is Kasey reading? If I Disappear by who?
Eliza Jane Grazer.
Yes, I hope you get that. Yeah, I don't have Hulu either because this is about the show Only Murders in the Building. But I pirated.
I was about to say, so how are you watching it, Nana?
Hulu isn't available in the Netherlands, but they did tease with the first 2 episodes they put on Disney Plus. So I feel like that's their own fault for doing that.
They hooked you in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just looking up Only Murders in the Building. That looks good. I don't know. How do we feel about Selena Gomez, though? If I hear she's in something, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't watch that.
Well, I like her acting.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Wizards of Waverly Place is peak acting, actually.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a master class in acting.
Yeah.
And I love the movie Monte Carlo.
I loved it too. Why did you have to be so annoying?
I know.
I'm trying to think. I saw Beezus and Ramona. She was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and the PPP Princess
Protection Program.
Oh, Char says, I think this is about the Shades of A. It's a web comic. So maybe not the erotica book that I was thinking of, that I saw on Google.
No, I think it is.
Oh yeah,
I think
okay.
they're the same.
Erotic webcomic. I would I would be
Something
scared.
confusing. Yeah. Mysterious.
I think Char. I think they pulled the 2 first episodes off. I think it was only on there for like a week. Maybe it was an error. I don't know.
Do you know what I just found out is coming to Disney Plus? Is the Muppets Haunted Mansion. And I've never been more excited for a movie.
Yes. Muppets. I love Muppets.
The Muppet movies are all so good.
Oh,
Unironically.
Yeah, I love that it has a Halloween movie.
Yeah, because now I can transition from Muppets Haunted Mansion season into Muppets Christmas Carol season seamlessly.
Exactly.
This is so funny.
You know, fresh off of Muppets Treasure Island season, of course.
Oh my God. Wait, did they do Treasure Island?
Isn't that what it's called? I think it's Treasure Island.
Isn't that the scary?
It's Treasure Island. There's pirates and a little boy,
Oh yeah.
Tim Curry.
My dad hates Treasure Island because when he was little, he watched it and he was so scared of the guy, I think, who's missing an eye or something.
Ooh.
Or I don't know which one it was. But I've only watched the Disney Treasure Planet thing.
I haven't even seen that. I'm a fake Disney fan. I don't care very much about outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom is like a space nerd, and I'm like, that's great. There's a lot down here on planet Earth.
Totally not hurt by as the A space, you know.
No, I love the thematics of it. I just don't care about like stories in space.
Oh yeah, I can get that.
Yeah, I read The Martian, not a big fan. Oh, you know what? I did like, what's it called? Do I even still own it? The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. That was pretty good.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah, me too.
It's like a girl in outer space, and I think it's a couple of years ago, like her parents died, so she's like the last one on the spaceship, and she's in like communication with Earth, and then she starts getting like transmissions from someone else, and she's like, oh my gosh, someone in space with me.
Yeah, I've seen
describing it well, but I read it in like 2 days. Like I was like, wow.
Aww. I don't. Outer space kind of freaks me out too because it's like so abstract.
Yeah.
And I think I just get lost, obviously. But so I really don't tend to like space books either. But I really like the space between worlds. You know, that's not outer space at all, actually.
Is that queer?
It is. It's sapphic. It has nothing to do with outer space. So
oh, it's just the name.
It's just the name. My one brain cell was like, oh, she said space.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like, I don't read a lot of science fiction in space.
Yeah.
I also like The Weight of the Stars by Kay Ingram. That's another sapphic book.
I've heard people talk about that one. I'm like staring behind me at like my few sci-fi books to be like outer space, anything. I'm very the Cage series. That's in outer space. I'm very afraid of aliens as a concept. So I think that's why space disagrees with me. Any book that has aliens really scares me.
Yeah, you can
like,
you can create the weird. Oh,
Isn't it like confirmed that like aliens exist?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, because the universe is infinite, there's most likely life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be very egotistical to assume otherwise. Yeah.
There is like an earthly animal that's living on the moon or Mars, but I don't remember. There was announced a couple of weeks ago.
I thought our friend told me that this was like 2 years, a year ago maybe, that he told me that like I guess NASA in Florida was like, hey, like there are space or like spaceships, I guess, not spaceships, but like space shuttles in our like solar system that we can identify, but we don't know, like they're not ours and they're not anyone else's like on this planet.
I don't like that.
If it's just like their little space tourism and they're going from their planet past our planet,
Yeah.
rock on.
They don't want to deal with us, hopefully.
Yeah.
My dad absolutely loves the Twilight Zone.
So
from a young age, I've been terrified of aliens because the episode To Serve Man. Are you familiar?
No.
Terrifying. I don't even care if I spoil a Twilight Zone episode right now.
Do it.
Okay, so these very tall, like, I mean, kind of like traditional, like weird looking, like alien type creatures, like come to Earth and they're like, hello. And like their stuff is like, they're like kind of like making themselves known to the humans or whatever. And they have this book that's called To Serve Man. And everyone's like, great, like, welcome to our planet. We're so happy to have you here. And then they're like, do you want to come visit our planet? And they're like, sure. So all these like, I'm getting goosebumps. I hate this. So then they're like all getting on the spaceship. And then like the end of the episode has this like person running after the other main character. And they're like, don't get on the ship. And they're like, why? And they're because like, To Serve Man, it's a cookbook. And it's so dumb, but I literally am covered in full body chills right now. I hate it. I hate it.
That is creepy.
I hate it.
Are they going to cook for the men or are they going to cook the men?
They're going to cook the men.
Have you seen Talking Tina?
Yes.
That's the episode that freaked me out when I was like 7. Right. Oh my God.
I can't go up or downstairs carrying like things in my arms because I need to be able to see the stairs. I'm like, very hard.
Yeah. Isn't there a Hitchcock movie where it's like the Twilight? So, oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Where it's always sunny. No, the sun is getting closer and closer.
Maybe.
Or is that a Hitchcock movie? Never mind.
Okay. I know some. I don't know all.
Okay.
But many have traumatized me to this day.
Do you want to read for another, 14 minutes?
Yeah. Oh, we talked for a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Let's do it.
Okay. Hi. You got hungry? I'm a bit hungry too.
I'm on preschool schedule. I have snack times.
Yeah. What's the difference between preschool and kindergarten?
Preschool, some parents pay for. There are some free preschools, but like some places you have to pay for it, like daycare. And I guess like legally, you don't have to send your child to preschool.
But then, is there an age difference as well?
They're a little bit younger. So like in my program, we have 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 5-year-olds. We only have one 5-year-old right now because she just had a birthday, but
Okay.
so kindergarten's more like 5, 6, a little bit older.
Okay, that's way different than in the Netherlands.
What's it like in the Netherlands?
I think kids can go to school when they're 2 and 3, and when they turn 4, they go to like kindergarten, which is just the 2 first grades in elementary school, and then until they're 12, and then they go to high school, and then depends on which level they are, either for 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years, and then the level is just like are you more theoretical or practical? So when the people like on a higher level that are more theoretical, they often do jobs that like become doctors and stuff, and then the lower things are more theoretical, more practical, so they become assistants to doctors or like builders or something, more do jobs and stuff.
That's like smart to do that in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. I went to like more of the higher ones first, and then because of my disability, I went to a lower one, and that helped a lot because they didn't do as much of the things, and they learned slower and not as much, so that was really helpful. But it's really weird because there is like the people think that the lower people are like less worthy and more dumb and stuff, but that's not true.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I really like the system. It's not perfect, obviously, but it does kind of separate the people that are like, because when you put them in the class, they compare themselves, and it's really difficult for somebody that's on a lower level to compare themselves to the people who got like straight A's or something.
Yeah.
So I really like that part of the education system.
Is there like do you find that there's people who are like judgmental if someone's like, oh, I'm going to this kind of high school, people like look down on them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I went to one of the higher levels first, and then I was like scared because people were gossiping about the lower levels being like more bullies, being more like they drink alcohol and like smoke more, and it's like so I was scared, but then I got there, but the teachers were nicer to me because they didn't think like you should do everything yourself. They wanted to help me, and I got great friends, so yes. But yeah, there's definitely like prejudice going on.
I think it's like kind of crazy how in the US, by the time you're 18, you have to like decide what you want to do for the rest of your life. And I feel like it would be so much easier if like it was built into the government or into the school programs to be like, here's what you're good at. Like here's what you have skills for. Like here, like if you're more practical or more theoretical, like here are the different careers that like based on your skill set you would thrive in. Because I think like in the US, it's really up to the individual to figure that out. But like when you're 18, you could like when I was 18, I was like, I want to be an English teacher. And then when I was 19, I was like, I don't want to be an English teacher. So it's just like it's really hard to like there's so much and there's really no guidance. It's totally up to you.
I would love to be an English teacher if I could not teach high schoolers. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
they had like English teachers, I mean, they do like teach English at every grade, obviously. But if it was like a specialized thing like for younger children, I'd be like, yes. Or
Yeah.
like college, but I'm not qualified for that. So
Yeah. I had this one amazing English teacher my senior year of high school. So that's why I was like, I want to be for her what she was for me. And then I was like, wait, but I don't like having a schedule. I don't like people telling you what to do. And I don't want to spend the rest of my life in high school. So, and like all of like the teachers here, like I talked to one of my other high school teachers at the time. I was like, hey, like, this is what I'm thinking of doing. And she was like, well, if like when you teach high school, you don't do it because like you love teaching, you do it because you love the content, because it's like the actual bureaucracy behind it is really kind of like, what's the word, discouraging, I guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
that's why I love teaching preschool, because it's like there's not like a state curriculum that's like you have to teach your preschoolers this in science, this in math, this in English. It's just like, hey kids, let's play. We're gonna learn along the way. It's gonna be a great time. And it is.
Aww.
So
did you
like to teach a Montessori school type thing where it's like really free?
Yeah, honestly, Montessori is like weird because it's like very free and very structured at the same time. Because it's like, you know, the child has to like get out their mat, go get their materials, like clean up those materials. So it's like very good in like life skills. And I like that they use like real things. Like if you want children to like play with like tools, it's like you're not giving them plastic hammers and screwdrivers. You're like, look, these are nails. We're going to put it on this piece of, or on this like pumpkin or whatever. Like take this real hammer and see if you can push this nail into the pumpkin. Like they're legit. So it's cool. But
I went to a Montessori elementary school, and it was great for my autistic brain because, you know, I was told like I should, with like the guidance of the teacher, where I should be at the end of the week, but I could choose when I wanted to do which task, especially in the higher grades when you have to learn English or like, well, I was learning Dutch, but math and stuff. That's really difficult. It was difficult for me, so like to choose my own thing and not be in a class and like listen to a teacher and like everybody, you know, focusing on the same thing. That was really nice. And no like exams or anything. Well, sometimes for like geographical things, but yeah, it was really relaxing.
again, that's like a good life skill tool. Like you're learning how to manage your time and like how to prioritize things.
Yeah.
Love it. I love school.
Julia, did you like have the student teach? Did you, like, what age group did you choose?
So my degree is for elementary education, but I have a, it's not a minor, but it's like an endorsement that's separate for early childhood. So I student taught in second grade, and those kids were so cool. And I feel very old because they are now seventh graders. So that's weird, but I loved it. That was like second grade is like the perfect age because they're very smart, they're very curious, but they're not too cool. Like they still like want to hug their teacher and like make you pictures. So
second grade is 8-year-olds?
Yeah, they're like 7, 8.
I still have like the best memories of my second grade teacher.
Yeah.
She was nice.
It's a good age. I love it.
I'm like trying to like kind of translate it into Dutch because I was like, okay, 8, and then I was in because the grades here start at like 4 years old, and then so
Mhm.
it would be
Oh,
grade 4, I think.
Yeah. And American schools are so weird because they're like, depending on like what state or region you're in, sometimes it's like, okay, elementary school, middle school, high school. And then you have places that have like elementary school, middle school, junior high,
Yeah.
high school. And it's like, there's too many schools.
Yeah.
I know, junior high, what the hell is that?
Yeah, there's some, I mean, because elementary school has like so many, like the most grades in it. Like usually it's kindergarten through fifth grade.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's like school districts where they have like all the young kids in one building, and then there's a separate school for just like fourth and fifth graders, and it's complicated. Ugh.
Well, you know what? My school, or like the district that I live in, just did. There's like a plethora of schools in my region, or like in my town, and there's two that live like down the street. That are down the street from me, and they used to be two elementary schools that people went by based on their address and what they were closer to, even though the schools are literally across the street from each other. But they just split it up so that like kindergarten through second grade goes to the school that's closer to me, and then third through fifth grade goes to the school that's across the street from that. I don't know if this is making sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, which I thought was really weird because it's like as soon as the kids get like comfortable and adjusted to one school, they're going to be moved to another.
Yeah. And then you have families who have like multiple kids, so they have to take their kindergartner to school
Yeah.
and then take their fourth grader to the other school. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I have a lot of children with like older siblings in my class. So I always think about like families who have to like drop off to multiple schools every morning. And that's like the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
You have like school districts as well, because I have a cousin, and she a couple of years ago she was wanted to buy a house, and she was thinking of future kids because they wouldn't, because of the district. So I have people 2 towns over that come to a school here, and then you have like, oh, you need to be in a precise neighborhood or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's also with people from poorer neighborhoods who can't go to a public school that's like with better education. That's so weird. And
it's like,
I don't know,
such a complicated thing because like in some places you can live out of district and go to the school, but sometimes you have to like pay because you don't pay taxes to that school. So you have to like pay a certain fee. And then also you have to consider like, okay, maybe you can afford to pay, but then the bus doesn't come by you. So someone has to take you to school every day because you're living out of the district lines. It's like,
yeah,
crazy.
Oh yeah, you're not a biker country, so you have buses, but
Yeah.
I just found out like in my German class, our professor told us that like teenagers or young adults in Germany like don't have driver's license. And like, is that the same in the Netherlands? Because like that,
we can get a permit, I think, when we're 17 now, but that's only since a couple of years, and then you have to have somebody with a driver's license next to you. And then when you're 18 you get a driver's license. So like teenagers don't normally have a driver's license. And then yeah, most of us, like, we have buses, trains, and bikes here. We have special bike lanes that are, safe. So it's not really necessary, but a lot of us do, I think. And PJ, who commented, lives in Germany. So in Germany, after elementary school, you have, that's not about that.
But it is about school.
You have different schools for how good.
God.
I
That'd be so stressful.
I think maybe the same thing with like levels that we have in the Netherlands. Yeah. Or were, because it's decided according your performance in elementary school. With us, it's as well, we have a CETO tests at the end of elementary school, and then that's kind of like which level you go to. But then if you want to go to another level, then you can. Like, it's not that strict. Nay? Oh, I thought somebody was knocking on my door. But
so, like,
I don't.
I was gonna ask, how old are you? Like when they kind of split you up?
12.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. I think that's kind of like a. Then you have to learn, more specific things from biology, science, and stuff. So I think that's a good age. I think.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't have
besides the prejudice, I think it's a good system. And then,
Yeah.
There are obviously like teachers from higher levels are not that nice to children. They're like, you need to do this on your own because when you go to university, no one's gonna help you and stuff. But it's like, okay, prepare them by helping them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And TJ was 10.
That's young.
Yeah,
I had a science teacher in high school, and it was an AP, an advanced placement class. And she got so mad at me and my friend because we were like talking in class, which, first of all, there were people behind us asleep in class. So which is worse? Like, at least we're hearing you. But she was like, in college, they're not going to let you talk in class. They're just going to like kick you out. And we were like, okay. And never once in college did I ever get kicked out of a classroom. So I'm like, you're so dramatic, please.
Yeah.
One time, when I was 12, I was having a Dutch grammar class, and I was in front of the classroom, or not in front of the classroom, but in the first row, listening to my teacher talk because he was explaining something, and he stopped. Was like, "Why are you staring at me?" I was like, "Because you're explaining something." Everybody was talking and not paying attention. I was the only one paying attention. So he was like, "Why are you staring at me?" I was doing what you wanted me to do.
This is what I'm supposed to do.
It was funny. He was like, "Oh, right, okay." Oh.
That's absurd.
Yeah, it was really funny. There was another teacher who got mad at a student because the student wanted to be, I don't know the English word, like a carpenter, but for outside.
Oh, maybe like a landscaper?
Houses and streets. What's it called? Building man.
Building man.
What's it called?
I
Like
said
somebody who build houses.
Oh,
an
an
architect?
architect?
No, because that's with math, but like somebody who just does the work.
Yeah,
like
carpenter.
construction.
Constructioner. And he was like, you need to be, you can go to the other school with the lower level kids because if you want to be a constructioner or something. Which way to what? Like he's 12 and you could try and grow with him. Like maybe you want to, because you're able to, you can be a architect or something. That's just, I don't know. I don't like teachers who don't like children. Like,
right. Yeah, your job is to support the children. Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Too many teachers just
should not have become
children
teachers.
as if they have bad intentions, as if they're lazy and like spoiled, and that's just so many times not the case. Like barely is a child doing something because they're evil.
Yeah, I would say almost never.
Yeah. Like if they're lazy, there's a reason. If they're mean, there's a reason. Like, well, maybe they're mean because there is no reason, but most times there are reasons. Yeah. Do you want to read some more?
Sure.
Because we're spending a lot of time talking, which I enjoy talking.
I'm good with that.
Okay. And to maybe 20 minutes this time?
Yeah, I think instead of reading sprints with little conversation breaks, this has been talking time.
Yeah.
Reading sprints.
Well, I was co-hosting reading sprints one time. Oh no, wait, not co-hosting. I was watching reading sprints one time, and they talked 40 minutes in. They read until 40 minutes in. No, that's not the right sentence. They started reading 40 minutes in, and before that, they only talked, which I enjoyed. People talking.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like talking, but I need it to be like a break from reading. Because if I tune into someone's reading sprints and they're like talking, I'm like, okay, I came here to read. When
Yeah.
are we reading?
Yeah.
Yes, a nice balance.
Yes.
Okay, let's start reading.
Yes.
And we're done with this sprint. I have 23 pages left.
Oh.
And I know what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be so emotional.
Yeah. I'm
Third
pretty,
book.
I was gonna say pretty similar. I only have 30 pages left of mine. So
Oh, nice.
I have
How
like
far-
250.
well, you just started.
The third book in this series came out the 30th of September, but I don't have it yet. So hopefully it will come in tomorrow, because once I'm done with this, I need to read the third book. I just I get the plot twist, and I need to know what's gonna happen. By the way, I just remembered when we were doing live reading sprints a couple of months ago at Helen's channel. I was reading the first one.
Aww.
That's funny, right? That's coincidence.
That's a good coincidence. Yeah.
Yes.
Kasey, how are you feeling about yours at this point?
I think I could DNF it right now and feel nothing, but I'm going to stick with it. Maybe go to like 150 pages and see what I think. Because I don't know, there's like an eerie suspense to it, but I just don't like that. Like, I don't know this main character, and like she's like sacrificing her life for this podcaster. It's just like, I don't know. It just seems a little bit too far-fetched for me right now. It's not the spooky vibes I wanted.
It should have had a better build-up of the character.
Exactly, because it's like, I don't even like, yeah, like the first page was like her deciding that she was gonna go after this woman. So it's like I didn't really know who this character was or what she's gone through.
Yeah.
And now like she just seems super reckless and kind of like unstable. So
well, maybe that's who she is.
Look at that bottle. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. Hydrated. It's a good thing.
I know. I didn't expect for it to be called out like that.
No, it's impressive.
I have like a million water bottles in my room, like here. Oh, this one isn't even empty. This one isn't. How many do I start while not finishing?
Are they all that size?
Yeah, because
what is the dimension of that bottle?
I can't drink water from the tap because it makes my tummy ache. I don't know why. Everybody else seems fine with it. So I have to drink this, and it's annoying to have it somewhere and just fill a glass. So I just have bottles of water everywhere in my room.
Is that like a gallon? Do you have gallons? Is that
a liter?
A liter and a half.
A liter
and a half?
Yeah, I think so.
We got to translate that.
Yeah.
You would want to drink 2 liters per day. Is that maybe?
Okay, so it's like 45 ounces.
It's like not over a gallon. Not that big. It just looks big.
Yeah.
Because it's tall, it's like skinny and tall.
Yeah.
It's your normal size water bottle, and then you have the tiny ones that are also normal size.
All right, here. This is my normal size water bottle.
Yeah, okay. So you have the tiny ones, and then you have the big ones.
Big.
Yeah.
Banana is even taller.
This is a strange topic of conversation.
Every time we have one like overly specific theme that we can't let go of.
Yeah.
We got to talk about schools. Now we got to talk about water bottles.
Before we were talking about aliens. That was important.
Yeah, true crime. That was vital.
I'm making a cardigan. I have been for the past week with like squares with a couple of colors. I think 5 or 6 color combinations, and then every square has a different pattern, crocheting pattern. And I finished all of the squares yesterday, and like the hems thingy, and now I'm piecing it together. I hope it fits. And Kasey, do you know the famous Harry Styles cardigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you specifically asking Kasey and not me?
Because I know she has, look, she has.
I know the cardigan. I'm aware of it.
Yeah, you're okay, good. So it's inspired by that. So that cardigan also has 6 different color combinations, and then every color has a different pattern. And then wait, I made what?
She's on the move.
I want to see.
I know. I wish I had talent. Like, I wish I could make this myself.
I wish I had talent. What a mood.
The original cardigan has like black and red squares, which I didn't like, the checkered things. So I made little sunflowers, and then this one has so red, orange, yellow, brown. This one brown, red, yellow, green, which is my favorite, I think.
I really like that, yeah.
And then the last one is brown, orange, yellow, red. So like 3 combinations, and then 4 of each combination.
Oh, gorgeous.
And
Are you
piecing it together? I hope it fits. I've been working on it, like it's a hyperfixation for sure. I've been working on it for a week, and my back hurts and my fingers hurt.
Yeah,
I'm really excited. I just wanted to say that because I know you're a fan of Harry Styles. So
yeah. When the sweater is done, can you post about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna make like.
Okay. Good. Just making sure, because I like need to be able to scream with you.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're excited as well.
Yes.
I love seeing all your creations.
Did you see my hat for my little stuffed animal, and its ears peek out?
Oh.
And I have a little fidget thingy. I don't know where it is, but here. That's a frog.
Aww.
You can fidget with it. There's a hair clip inside.
That's clever.
And my next project will be a frog bucket hat.
Aw.
Nothing could be more on brand for you.
I know.
It'll be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Wish I could make things. I used to knit, and so I remember how to do like the stitches, but I never really was able to follow patterns. So I could only make anything that was like a scarf or a blanket, just like flat, you know?
Yeah. I started knitting in January, and I have not finished the one project I started. I'm knitting the sleeves right now, but it's just so boring with crocheting things. I don't know. I enjoy crocheting more. I'm not gonna knit anything ever again. It's like the most boring thing ever.
I wonder why they feel so different.
Yeah, well, with I don't know actually. Well,
needles.
knitting is like you have to do this, and crocheting is more, I don't know, loose. So this is called a granny square, and this is like these are all different types of. Wait, I don't know.
Patterns, maybe?
Well, yeah, pattern.
Stitches.
Yeah, stitch. Thank you. Stitches. So it's like you have difference in it. You know, you maybe right now I'm also crocheting a sweater that's like every row is a different stitch, but then it switches from two.
Like every other, yeah.
So it's nice that there's like a switch. And with knitting, there's probably also fun patterns to do. I don't know. I just find that and more annoying. And oftentimes, one will glide off, and then I don't notice, and then I'm so scared that everything will come falling apart. And I don't know, with crocheting, that doesn't happen that often, or at least it hasn't happened in the 2 weeks that I've been crocheting.
It has like the hook and the knitting needles. Like it's just, I feel like it's easy to slide off and lose your stitch.
Yes. And then you have to put like a little holder and then sew it in later. It's really annoying.
Stressful.
And then it was quiet.
Yes.
Which book in the series is it? Like the third or something? Julia?
Yes. So this is short stories, and they actually came out between the first and second books, which is weird because I just read the second book, so I probably should have read this first, but I didn't know that. So, and it's nice because like one is about one of the main characters' mom who already like is dead by the time the first book starts. So it's like nice to have like getting to know her, but it's also really sad because she's dead.
Yeah.
Is that Cal?
Yeah, it's about Cal's mom. I was like, okay, this is fine. Everything's okay. And then the other one is, well, it's about Farley. So Kasey, you know. And we get to see her meet Shade, so that's really nice. Yeah. And so that's like they're like more side characters in the first book. So it's like getting to know them before we get to know them better in the rest of the series. So it's good. I'm not like amazed. Like I definitely like the full books in the series better, but they kind of inform about the world a bit more. So
yeah,
it's like a fan fiction, maybe.
Yeah.
Like extra.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit fan fiction-y. I don't know why, but that's a good
description. I hope in a good way.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I'm just staring at the cover because I didn't realize the like I can feel the letters. And when I was touching it, I was like, oh, it's embossed. I do not like this cover very much. I love the first cover in the series. And actually all the covers except for this one and the second book I like.
Yeah.
This one's ugly. But I'll support Victoria Aveyard because I like her. So she can have my money. It's okay. It's okay with me.
I'm gonna look up the covers.
Yeah, they're all different crowns.
They're very like 2010s YA.
Yeah. But I do genuinely think the first one is like a really great cover. Like it's very simple.
Yeah.
And then I like that when you like have the books in a row, they're like a nice little gradient from like light to dark.
Yeah.
But
I like the second one.
You like it?
It's not very different than the others.
No, I just don't like the crown as much.
Oh yeah,
I'm being picky because they're all like blue covers with a crown on them.
Mm-hmm.
So one has to be better than the others.
I like the last one. It's really dark.
Yeah.
I was watching The Hobbit the other day. Ooh. And I always forget his name. Oh, Thranduil or something.
Wow.
He's Legolas's dad.
Oh.
Have you seen The Hobbit?
No, I know Lord of the Rings, but I don't know The Hobbit.
Try to look up Thranduil.
How do you spell that?
Yeah,
I'm just going to say Legolas's dad.
Okay.
Oh.
And then the crown.
Is that Lee Pace?
He's wearing. Yeah. And Lee Pace, did you know what he did on the set? He just was bored and he just made set stuff. He just started participating with the crafters. Like he made swords and stuff because he just wanted to do more. He has one crown. I think if you Google him, he's sitting on this wooden throne, and the crown is like goes like on his ears like this, and then it's so beautiful because it doesn't sit on his head. It's like
Behind.
I don't know, a weird. I don't know. It's so unique, and it's like he's the elves of the woods,
Yeah.
and then it's like
He
these.
looks like an autumnal king in this crown.
Yes,
Very seasonal.
it's such a beautiful crown.
I hope there's cosplayers who have recreated that crown because it's really cool.
Also, if you look up moose, I think, then you can see that he rides a giant moose, and it's so cool.
What?
Did you know?
Oh my god!
What's the plural of moose? Moose?
Yeah, I think it's just moose.
Says it's an elk.
What did you say?
Oh my gosh!
Is he riding? Oh, it's an elk. Never
It's
mind.
an elk. But still.
Oh yeah, the thingy is not moose-like. What's an elk in Dutch? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the antlers look like moose antlers. And I don't think elks are as big as horses.
No. Okay. Eland is Dutch for elk, but what is moose in Dutch? Moose is ook is eland too. It's the same word. Why do you have two words for the same animal? So I was right.
Animals.
Lost in translation.
They're not the same animal.
I want a pet moose.
Is elk more European and moose maybe Canadian?
I think elk looks like somewhere between a deer and a moose. Yeah, it says they're the largest species within the deer family and the largest terrestrial mammals in North America, as well as Central and East Asia.
Which one, the moose or the elk?
Elk.
Okay.
So that's
and the moose, the
antlers are like thicker.
Are really wide.
And this is our next overly specific conversation.
This guy looks like a buffalo with antlers, you know?
Yeah.
That's very different. I'll show you one of those too.
That's where mozzarella is from, right? Buffalo.
I don't know.
Like the cheese?
No, that doesn't make sense. Yes, like the cheese. There's a vegan recipe for buffalo mozzarella.
Oh. I think buffalo is like the sauce, like the flavor.
Okay, that makes more sense. Like, why would you?
It's like a little spicy. It's good.
I think our mail just came.
How exciting. Ooh, do you want to see what book I got in the mail yesterday?
Yes.
Ooh, let me get it. Wait, I don't want everyone to see my shorts. I'm only dressed in the waist up. I mean, I'm dressed, but not like dressed well.
I think the water bottle looks tired when I'm like this.
Yeah, I think it's the perspective
it's the angle that makes it look huge.
Yeah. I got my Waterstones edition of If We Were Villains, and it has black sprayed edges.
That has Shakespeare things in it, right?
And look at the end papers with the bird.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's very pretty. Oh, it has a little bookmark. And it's
fancy and sprayed edges and everything.
Yes, so very
pretty.
Have you read that?
Yes, I already own another copy, but I was like, I want this one.
Aw.
It's good. I like it. I enjoy anything with Shakespeare, so it was an easy sell.
Anything that's a challenge in the works.
Okay, well, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't get too excited, but I like especially stories about like actors.
So. I have a scene in my webcomic that I haven't drawn it yet, but
yeah.
there's like a ghost-like creature, and the kid is like Well, my friend can resurrect, is an exorcist. Like, he once spoke to Shakespeare. And I wrote it for you.
Aw.
I don't know if it's a good scene or something, but I like
I
it.
love it. I mean, I'm already smiling so big, and I like can't even actually see it and read it yet.
Aw.
Once I'll draw it, maybe I'll send you a sneak peek.
I love it. I'm so excited to see your full webcomic. So excited.
I'm so nervous.
I can't believe it's like almost here now.
I
Like when
know.
you shared the cover, I was like, this has been like, you know, you've been like teasing it and like talking about it for so long. And I'm like, it's here, it's coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 5 pages per month, so it's kind of slow for a webcomic. But a page is like 6 panels, so maybe not slow.
Yeah.
And then for the premiere, it's 9 pages. I'm so nervous. And look, I'm making a trailer. This is the first scene. It's just like a. Wait, I don't know if I can share it with you, by the way. Maybe I can share it here. I'm gonna see if I can add a video clip. Okay. This might take a while.
Okay, figure it out. I'm gonna put my book back. Goodbye.
And I was left.
Okay, I can share it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, it's taking a while. I think I broke my computer.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
These computers get overworked. It happens.
Yeah, it's Apple, so it's like
Yeah.
it does not. It gets overwhelmed very easily.
Yeah, your computer and I have that in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was not a good idea.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna show you it on my phone.
I
Can you
Ooh.
see that? No, where is it?
You got it.
I'm almost there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Juanita, it's so cool.
It's 3D.
It's so cool.
I like the vibes.
Yeah.
The what?
The vibes. It's like kind of gives off like gothic.
Yeah.
Vibes.
It's gonna be right now. I'm planning 5 scenes from something like that, and then every scene has a different color scheme.
Ooh.
So this one's blue, grayish, and then there's like a purple one and a gray. Well, that's what I'm planning.
So exciting.
Yes. And my cousin, who lives in America, who I've never talked to, or maybe once or twice or something, she found my Instagram today.
Oh no.
And she reacted to a drag queen look. Oh my god, this is awkward. and then she saw my Insta stories that I was making webcomics. She was like, I love webcomics. And I was like, ah! Yeah.
That's like my worst nightmare.
I hate it.
No,
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I deleted my Instagram and everything because I was so anxious of people like who know me in real life seeing me and being perceived by them. But then having like an anonymous thing on Twitter, and then I started Instagram back up again. But then my sister followed me, and 2 of her friends followed me, and then was like, "Do they know that it's me?" Well, now they do, and it's like, panic. I hate it when people in real life follow me because.
Yeah. That's why I've kept my like Instagram like profile picture as like that drawing that Helen made for me, because I was like, listen, you can find me and maybe you're like, oh, I know a Julia who's 28 and like Shakespeare, but is it the same one? You'll never know. I've literally had people follow me. I think it's like through the Instagram like algorithm or whatever, like they know who's in your contacts and they start like recommending you to people who hate it. But I've like had them follow me and I just like block.
Yeah.
Never acknowledge it.
Yeah.
No, you never saw this.
My mom apparently has seen like you might know this one and then seen my accounts, but she knows that I don't like it if she follows me or something, so she's just ignored them. So thank you, mother.
Very respectful.
And my little sister follows me on Twitter and she does not use Twitter except to read my tweets. So then but then when she's here, I'm like, oh, by the way, and then yeah, I know from Twitter. And then, oh, by the way, and then, I know from Twitter. I can't do anything because I use Twitter as my diary.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows everything.
Yes. Do you want to do another sprint and then maybe this is the last one?
Sure.
I want to see if I can finish this. So maybe
I want to try
5 minutes, or is that too much?
Wait, what did you say?
For 25 minutes?
Okay, yeah, let's go. I thought you said 5 minutes, and I was like,
No.
I'm gonna read 20 pages in 5 minutes. Yeah, I think that would be perfect for me to finish mine. Because Bookly says it should take me 24 minutes and 53 seconds to finish.
Oh, okay.
So, perfect.
Let's see if Bookly is correct.
They're usually pretty accurate.
Now I gotta do counting again.
Oh,
Hey, Miss Julia.
Mhm.
What's 7 plus 25?
I'm not a math teacher. Well, plus 20 is 27, plus 3 puts us at 30, and then plus 2 more is 32.
I'm gonna do 33.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
No. I finished it, by the way.
Yay!
I think our time is up. I finished it.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know, because you liked my Goodreads
Yeah.
review.
So the app was wrong. It's
Yeah,
unrested.
I did better.
Yeah.
Well, because it has like the first story didn't have these, but the second ones they're like kind of like a military. So there's pages that are just like transcript like this.
Mhm.
So those read a lot faster than like this tiny font. So those kind of speed it up a little.
I made the executive decision to DNF my book.
Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Animals started being in pain, and I was like, this is it.
Oh.
I don't need this.
Yeah, not worth it.
Yeah.
I can't do that either.
Yeah.
The Frostheart book also have like creatures, and sometimes they're in pain, and it's like, well, it helps that they're not real animals,
Yeah.
right? Because when it's like a creature, you can't really, I don't know, it's just different, but still, it's like it hurts.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said last night because I was watching Prince Caspian, the second Narnia movie, and I was saying like it's interesting that in like the big battle scene, like one of the soldiers who's like on the good side, I don't know, I did quotes, they're good. The one's on the good side like gets thrown off the castle, and one gets like stuck under a drawbridge, but they were like both minotaurs, and I'm like, Disney did this to be like, look, it's okay, they're not people, they're just these made up animals dying, don't worry about them so much. I was like, clearly they knew that this was going to be painful regardless, so they tried to make it like the least normal thing that they were killing off.
Kids movies are dark, especially the old ones. Tarzan has the bad guy hanging dead. Like the shadow is shown with like a what's it called, like the lightning.
Oh
yeah, like half a second of a shadow shown as like a dead guy hanging.
Oh God.
So dark, but hopefully kids don't see it or can recognize the image for what it means.
Yeah, it's dark. I always cry at Disney movies.
Oh my God, the worst Disney movie is aka my favorite, is The Princess and the Frog.
Oh,
That's such a cry movie. It's horrible.
Princess and the Frog.
But had an animal dying, so
yes, I remember seeing it in the theaters with my mom, and like that movie theater was connected to a shopping mall, and so like as we left, I was like, Mom, we're going to the Disney store. And mind you, I'm like probably a high schooler because what, it was like 2009 that I came out. I was like, we're going to the Disney store because I had to get like a little plushie of Ray because it was that important to me. And I did, and I was very happy.
I'm jealous that you got a plushie of Ray.
I don't know where it is right now though. I wonder if it's at my parents' house. But yeah, heartbreaking.
His song Evangeline is like one of my favorite songs, and then it's like, oh, that's so sad. He thinks that the star is a wait, have you seen it, Kasey?
No.
Oh,
okay, so I don't want to spoil.
I'm not saying anything. Watch it. It's a great movie. It's one of the best Disney movies, period.
I've been like
but
yeah, I've been seriously considering getting Disney Plus. So you guys are convincing me.
Disney Plus was really, it's like getting better the more things are added. There are some like kids TV shows, original Disney Plus, that I really like The Diary from a Future President. Which is, I love kids TV shows like preteen, you know. Yeah, which has a gay character, which is like really good for Disney. It's like, I don't want to, you know, applaud them because it's way too late and still not done right, but
yeah, it's just them doing the bare minimum.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're getting sued by a few people.
Yeah, spicy drama.
Oh wait, by the way, I'm gonna say goodbye to the live. Yeah. So for those who are still here, thank you for watching, and for those who already left, I'm glad you were here. You can't hear this, but and of course to my co-host, I had a lot of fun, and I was glad I was able to read the book, finish it. Otherwise, I would not have finished it anytime soon. Yeah, but thank you for co-hosting. And hopefully next weekend there will be another live reading sprint, if all goes well. Goodbye. Shall I do another? No, I won't do the ace space banner thingy again. Bye.
Bye.